Hi book friends, this is Kat. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is my October TBR game. I am excited. It is fall. Finally, I have my favorite colored shirt. I like the maroon color a lot, and I even try to decorate above. As you can see, I have my leaves and this little guy. This is Reginald, the I guess the piper, I guess is a bird. I don't really know what bird he is, but I also have my pumpkin right behind me and a cute little quote on that wooden thing. So try to decorate. So anyway, October is also my birthday month. So with that being said, I did want to play my game, but it's going to be a little different because I will not take punishments this month. I am joining 2 readathons that I will talk later on in this video. And because it's my birthday month, I also want to have freedom to pick up whatever I'm in the mood for. So I'll still do the rolls, but these aren't going to have punishments if I don't finish them. So yeah. Okay, so for last month's reads, I got Reflection, which was to read a book with a name in the title, and for that I chose the Mozart Code. I did do a review of this in my Journey Through Middle-earth series, so if you want an in-depth review for that one, go check out that video. But I did complete the prompt. The second prompt I got was Do You Trust Me? And that was a spouse pick, and he actually picked State of Lies by Siri Mitchell, and I heard that one on audio. And again, that's part of the series videos that I have, the Journey Through the Middle-earth series that I went in depth into with that one, like the review, and I completed that. Loved it, love the audio. And my last roll was Flotsam and Jetsam, read a book under 300 pages, and that is Mere Christianity by C.S. Lewis. And this was the book that I did not get to, which was unfortunate, which I really did want to get to it, but I was kind of hit a reading slump really early on this past month, and then I knew this one was going to take a lot of brain power, and I wanted to take my time with it, so I did not attempt to start it. So hopefully I will get to that one day. For Chantel's Read Your Bookshelf Challenge, I was supposed to read a book that had the word garden in it, and currently I am reading the book, and that's how much I've gotten into. So only on page 34. So, but I'm taking this slowly. Well, I'm actually finding that it is a slower paced type of read, but I started it, and hopefully I'll get done with this by the end of the weekend. Okay, so that was my wrap up, so to speak. My rule is to roll backwards if I did not complete my TBR. However, my husband finished the game and completely finished, so we're actually starting over. So without further ado, let's go ahead and see roll number 1. Okay, so we are starting over. This one is me, this one is my husband, and this is gonna be my day. So 3 rolls. Roll number 1. Okay, this one. Show it. There we go. That is a 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Narrowly escaped that villain. This one says, The Muses. Read a book about music or the arts. Excellent. Okay, role number 1. I got The Muses. Read a book about music or the arts. For that book, I'm super excited because I've been really wanting to read this book. There's a book box that I saw off of Katie's channel, and then I've been following them on Instagram, but it's called Beyond the Book Box, and I really wanted this book ever since I've heard about it, and I was very thankful. I messaged the owner of Beyond the Book Box on Instagram because I wanted to purchase this book, and they had no options for the box anymore, or I was having a hard time finding the box to purchase. And so I messaged her, and she kindly responded back saying that she had one left. She was going to use that to unbox for herself, but she said as soon as she was done with that, she would message me on Instagram, and if I was still interested, I could buy that one, and she'll put it on the website for me. So she actually did do that, and I got it, and I'm excited, and that is Fairest of Heart by Karen Whitmire. I have been wanting to read this book since it came out, and I actually only know a little bit about it because I didn't want to see any unveiling like with people who have done unboxings for this, nor like really listened to in-depth reviews because I really wanted to go into this like pretty much blind, I guess. But all I needed to know was it's a Snow White retelling, and it's set in Texas. What got me with why I picked this one for music and arts is there is a mention about an actress, a famous actress, and acting is an art. So that's how I fit this one in. And since it is a book box, I am going to do a video vlog over me reading the books and unveiling the little prizes that go with it. I think that's really fun. I like watching videos like that, so we're gonna try it for this channel. So anyway, that was role number 1. Role number 2. Keep rolling off screen, I'm sorry. All right, well, that was a 1. Triton, read a book with royalty in it. Second role, I got Triton, and this is to read a book with royalty in it. For this one, I have chosen To Win a Prince by Toni Shiloh. I don't have the book currently. I have purchased it, so it'll be here hopefully soon. But I absolutely loved her first book, which was In Search of a Prince, and this second book is all about her friend. So Brielle is the princess in the first book, and her best friend is Iris, and so this book's all about Iris, and I did love Iris in the first book, so I cannot wait to see her story in this one. Final role. Again. Husband. Thank you. This is a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, we have Jafar. So I get 2 prompts. First prompt is Mice Friends, 1 round of Jesse May's TBR game. Okay, so this was a YouTuber that I previously watched a while ago. Basically, I have to make a list of 12 books and then generate. But not only that, these are Old Hag, read a mystery thriller book. So I guess I'm going to have to make a list of 12 thriller or mystery books.
How fun.
All right, the last roll, I am battling a villain. And so that means I have to pick 2 prompts. The 2 prompts that I have are one was Mice Friends, 1 round of Jessie May's TBR game. And before my channel, I did watch a lot of different like booktube videos about TBR games because I really wanted to find one that I was just really interested in creating one and then seeing how people did theirs. And one of the videos that I did see was from this booktuber's channel. I don't currently follow her anymore, but she is a secular booktuber. And I remembered that she would list her books and she would just roll a die. And each time she rolled the die, she pick the book corresponding to that. So that's what I did. And not only that, the other requirement was this other prompt, which was Old Hag. So read a thriller / mystery book. So I ended up making a list of 12 different books that were considered mystery or thriller. And I have the pictures up there. And so I did a random number generator instead of the 12-sided die roll, but I ended up getting number 9, and that is The Secrets of Roscoeberry Hall. And I am going to read this as an ebook from my library. And essentially this book is about 2 sisters who are like really old in age, and they live in this house together, but they are not talking to each other. There's some bitterness, some kind of secret. And all of a sudden there's this American woman who comes over, and I guess she's related somehow, or she has some sort of relations to this house, this hall. I'm not really sure why she's there, but I think these 2 sisters are now having to come to terms to like band together to get rid of this woman. I'm not really sure. This is one of my oldest books on my TBR, so this will be interesting. I think this is more of the mystery instead of the thriller side, which is fine. All right, so those were my rolls. And for Chantel's Read Your Bookshelf Challenge, October's prompt is to read a book by looking at the first letter of the author's last name, and that letter would be the first letter of the title of the next book. So in Lavender Garden, this is by Lucinda Riley, and so I need to find a book that starts with the letter R. And for that, I am going to be reading Romanov by Nadine Brands. This book is all about Anastasia Romanov, who's said to be the last Tsar's princess of Russia. And I was very interested in her story. I've read books about Anastasia. I like the movie, Disney movie of Anastasia, although that's a really dark movie. But I was fascinated with her story. And there was a documentary once on television. So like I'm very familiar with this princess, or this Tsarists. I don't really know how to call her, but very interested in her story. And Nadine did write a story with magical elements in it. And I know there's like a spell book. I will say I'm a little hesitant with this one just because of the said spell book element to it. But I have liked Nadine's other books, and I want to give this one a go. But yeah, so the story is all about just a retelling of Anastasia, and I don't expect a happy ending in this book. So we'll see. My library has it on audio, and I will let you know. Okay, so I'm sorry I keep looking down. I'm looking at my journal. And then if you hear dog noise, my dog is very clingy today, so he's like really close. So, all right, I'm going to join two readathons. One readathon is Journey Through the Bible, and this is hosted by Katie at Paperbacks and Ponytail. And she does this every October, and I am just going to go through the prompts that I will be doing. So on these prompts, I'm going to do one from each category. So where are you going? I am deciding to go to Babylon because of the Hanging Gardens. And so this is also a recent purchase. And for that, I am going to double up with my game and to put To Win a Prince by Tony Shiloh because I have recently purchased that. The next category is Who Are You Going to Meet? And this one, I am going to meet Mary because she does sit at the feet of Jesus, and that's what I feel like I need to do in my quiet times. So I would, if I were to meet her, I would ask her how does she find the time to do that, I guess. And I'm taking these kind of almost literal, like, is if I were to journey through the Bible, where would I go? Who would I meet? What event would I want to witness? And so on and so forth. So anyway, so Mary's prompt is to listen to an audiobook. And for that, I will also double up and I will put Romanov by Nadine Brandeis. The next category is Witness an Event, and I would love to witness the Sermon on the Mount. I actually have been to the place where historically is said Jesus gave the Sermon on the Mount on, and that is Mount of the Beatitudes, and it's very beautiful. But it was such a serene place, loved it. My husband and I went to Israel years ago, and I always remember our time there. But Sermon on the Mount's prompt is to read a book of the Bible, and currently I am not sure which one I'm going to choose, so I will let you know in my wrap up. Something Has Happened is the next category, and so for this one, the prompt I chose was Frogs in the House. Hop to it. Read a book that has been on your TBR for a while. So I would absolutely be mortified if I had frogs jumping all over my house. So this book is what I'm going to pick for that one. And this has been on my TBR probably since I started making a TBR. And this is called Stop Calling Me Beautiful, Finding Soul Deep Strength in a Skin Deep World. And this is by Felicia Masonheimer. So that is the author's name. And this is a nonfiction. I looked at my list and I found that I didn't have a nonfiction. And so I'll just read the back. But basically it says why we need Jesus more than compliments. And so it's basically saying you will learn how to pursue the truths of who God is and who you are in relationship to Him, how to study scripture, and how your view of God determines how you face life's challenges, how legalism, shallow theology, and false teaching keep you from living boldly as women of the word, and how to experience God's presence in painful circumstances. So I just remembered hearing this off of BookTube when I first started getting into BookTube, and so I hope that I will like it, and we'll see. All right, the last category is How Do You Escape? And the only part there is to pray, and Jesus will help you. So it's a reader's choice. For a reader's choice, I'm going to pick a group book, and that is Pearl in the Sand by Tessa F. Shari. That is such a beautiful cover. I am so glad I got this edition for it. But if you've seen my earlier videos or you've seen my channel, I rave about Tessa Afshar's books. I absolutely love them. She's an auto-buy author for me, and I actually have read this book. So this will be a reread, and that's fine. I, again, would read her books over and over. But this is a beautiful retelling of Rahab, and though her occupation wasn't a good occupation, she is mentioned and recorded in the Bible because of her faith. And I think Tessa did her justice, in my opinion. Tessa does follow close to scripture. So the first part of this book is all about like Rahab, is what we see in scripture, and then like the second part is more of like a creative license, but again, Tessa does use, what were the historical things going on at the time, as well as what she could pull from scripture, and I absolutely adore it. And I think this book almost made me cry as well. So that is what I will be reading for Reader's Choice. Okay, so the next readathon I will be doing is Middle Earth Readathon, and this is hosted by Book Lover Amanda, The Writing Songbird, and many more. This readathon, I'm also going to be doubling up a lot with my other books, and that's just going to be easier for me. So real quick, there's 9 prompts, and the first prompt is Legolas, Tarl, I can't say her name right, and Keely, a book with a love triangle in it. And I will say I really liked the movie, and those were my favorite characters. I loved Keely, I loved Legolas, and so I thought that was an interesting take in the movie. So I also don't typically read a lot about love triangles, but I don't hate them if done right. So the book I've chosen for this is True to You by Becky Wade. If you follow my Book of the Year series that I'm doing, this is technically the next book that I will be picking, and I might as well just put it on this TBR because I will get to it later this month anyway. So there you go. This is my first Becky Wade book. I literally know nothing about it except that it's a romance story and it has a love triangle in it. That's it. Or at least that's what it says online. The second prompt is Gimli and Legolas, another 2 of my favorites. And this is to read a book with unlikely best friends. This one, I am going to pick Avatar: The Last Airbender, The Search Part 2. And this is a comic series, and I've read Part 1 during the back to school readathon that I did. And so this is Part 2, and they're unlikely friends. I don't know if they're best friends. I guess I'll consider them best friends, but you have all these different people who come from different parts of the world, and Zuko, which is that firebender, he was in the Avatar series considered like the enemy to the Avatar, who's Aang, who's got the little arrow on his head, but they are now friends. And so in this series, at least, like they're a team together. So anyway, that's why I chose that. Then the next prompt is An Unexpected Journey, and that is to read a book where they go on a journey. So I picked the third part in that comic series of The Search, and that's not confusing, right? And so it's the Avatar series, part 3. So they are going on a journey and essentially to find Zuko's mother. That's what these books are about, if that makes sense. So that's part 3. All right, the next prompt is Shield Maiden, a book with a strong feminine lead. I'm going to put To Win a Prince by Toni Shiloh because Iris is a pretty strong female character. Next one, Samwise Gamgee, which is my favorite character of Lord of the Rings. I will have to say he is definitely an unlikely hero in that the Lord of the Rings series. And so finding a book with an unlikely hero, it's kind of was hard for me to find a book, but I'm gonna settle with Boo Hiss by Renee Gutteridge. This series I really do enjoy, and this part of the series talks about the town trying to escape, I guess, financial ruin because of some events that led up that I can't really say with the first book. So there is a character in here who thinks that they can help save the town. So I picked this because I feel like whatever is going to happen to help the town out will come from just unlikely place or person. So that's why I picked Boo Hiss. Hopefully I am correct, but we will see. The next prompt is Second Breakfast, a book that's a sequel, and I was really hoping to get a thriller in there, so I picked Missing by Lisa Harris. This is part of the Nikki Boyd Files series, and I've read book 1 a while ago, so I want to put book 2 to kind of give myself a thriller into my reading pile this month. The next prompt is My Precious, Your Most Prized Book. And this one I decided to double up, but I have, many books that I do like and cherish. And one of them is The Pearl by Tessa F. Shar. And I really like that rose gold foiling. And you know how much I like Tessa F. Shar. Okay, the next one is Gandalf the Grey, read a book with a mentor in it. And again, pretty hard for me to find, but I figured I could double up for this one. And it would be Avatar The Last Airbender, The Search, part 2 or 3, whichever has a mentor in it. But Zuko's mentor is his uncle in the series, and his uncle Iroh. And I just like their relationship, so that's why I picked this book for that. And the last prompt is Aragorn and Arwen, a book with an epic love story, which their love story is so cute. And for that, I picked Pearl in the Sand by Tessa F. Shar because I love their love story. You know, how they meet is unexpected, but I just thought it was beautiful. Very, very, very great love story. Okay. And he's actually mentioned in the Bible too, so it's like, the pair could be believable. So, anyway, that is my October TBR, and it is a big pile of possibilities, but I'm going to enjoy this month, and I'm not going to put too much expectation. Hopefully, I will enjoy a lot of these reads, but if I find other books that I gravitate towards, I might just put those books in with the readathons, like switch them out or switch some books out and whatnot. So now I'm going to go real quickly over my husband's roles. My husband did finish his TBR, and I have his cards. He has A Dream is a Wish. The last letter from the previous book needs to be the first letter of the new book. He's actually continuing with his series with Patrick O'Brien, and he's reading The Martyr's Command or something. I'll put a picture right there, but I had to start with the letter T, and so there is that. Then he got a mood read, which he used that also for his mood read. And then the next one he had was he actually picked 2, and one of the cards did not combine well with the 3 good fairies, so it was to complete a house project, because he did a random number generator. He generated number 3, and so that was to complete a house project. And the other card did not work with that, so he picked another one, and this one was the library, which was to buy a new book for my TBR, and I was jealous he got this one, but that's okay. But he actually had the opportunity to buy whatever he needs to complete the house project. So that's how those two are combined. So that is what he will be doing this weekend. So we counted it and started over with the game. So let's go to roll number 1 for him.
All right. Now it is my husband's rolls. There you go. Roll 1. Beautiful. 1. Okay. All right. Spindle wheel. Go to Spotify and randomize your playlist. The third song that comes on is what you will use for inspiration for a book. How fun. I'll move these over so he can reach them better. Okay, roll 2. Ooh, that's a 9. Olympus, read your highest rated book. Okay. Final roll. Ooh, 9. Okay. Be our guest. Read a book you own but haven't read yet. Nice.
Okay, so roll number 1 was spindle wheel. Go to Spotify and randomize your playlist. The third song that comes on is what you will use for inspiration to pick a book, which I think that's a great prompt. But as you can see, there is Spotify, and he randomized 3 times, and we got All Power from the Brooklyn Tabernacle Choir's album Pray. And essentially, this song is talking about all power, all glory, all praises to God's name. And, like the heavens are declaring his greatness and power. And I'm just basically saying the lyrics. Basically, they're proclaiming his name. So, all praises. So that would be a fun book for him to try to figure out what to pair that one with. So I will let you know at the end of the month. The next roll, he had gotten Olympus, read your highest rated book. So I guess whatever he's gonna look at, whatever he has here. This is actually his collection that he hasn't read yet. Or he'll just make a list of books, and out of those books he would pick the highest according to Goodreads. And then the last, be our guest. Read a book you own but haven't read yet. Again, thank you for staying tuned again for this long video. I hope you guys have a great rest of your month, and happy reading. Bye guys.